Loading. Please wait. Loading. Please wait. For text chat with other players, press the left button to open chat. Type message, then press square to send chat. For proximity voice chat with other players, press and hold the left button while speaking. Nodja says, WTB smelters smock, pants, shoes. Cloud says, plus Merc. Cloud says, Merc portal up. Linlai says, plus Lifering farming chill. 17/20, p. L0N Musket says, plus Merc. Green Canary says, plus. Thorin Eriksson says, plus Lifering. Green Canary says, plus Merc. Maidnash says, plus CK. Maidnash says, plus CK. Schwartz says, Schwartzitzt. Thorin Eriksson says, plus Lifering. Akali Fortune says, plus CK. Azar Shehulad says, Merc 15/20. Asksel Ray says, plus Merc. Mika Salty says, plus Merc. Bensp says, plus Merc. Akali Fortune says, plus Merc. Green Canary says, plus Merc invite please. Azar Shehulad says, Merc. Azar Shehulad says, full. Lexa says, Lexa waves. Roxita says, PvE Fist is LFN who are down to learn and improve, and for experienced players who want to do mutated expeditions and raids, DM me if you're interested in Discord is needed. Get in here syndicates. Cloud says, 1 minute go. Lexa says, Lexa waves. Lexa says, Lexa waves. Lexa says, Lexa waves. Lexa says, Lexa waves. Famine says, Famine waves. Lexa says, Lexa waves. Lexa says, Lexa waves. Cloud says, go go. Sergi says, LF1 healer /3 DPS first boss Gorgon. Roxita says, PvE Fist is LFN who are down to learn and improve, and for experienced players who want to do mutated expeditions and raids, DM me if you're interested in Discord is needed. Get in here syndicates. No Glorix says, any Helios run. Pseudomarina says, LFN Savage Divide. Coxonu says, plus Merc. Linlai says, plus Lifering farming chill. We love peanuts here. Sergi says, LF1 healer /1 DPS first boss Gorgon. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 2 DPS first boss Gorgon. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 2 DPS first boss Gorgon. Kolayuvud says, any finisher farming. Linlai says, plus lifering farming chill. We love peanuts here. Mr. Prolapse says, plus lifering 3. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 2 DPS first boss Gorgon. Sisfi says, bin bodyguard von der. Ish says, a data equals 0, blessed rivets / axe to a data equals 1, pattern, mining clothing / axe to a data equals 2, miner loot luck trophy / orts. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 2 DPS first boss Gorgon. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 2 DPS first boss Gorgon. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 2 DPS first boss Gorgon. Sisfi says, Sisfi Mactain works chets and jest. Sisfi says, Sisfi lässt die Muskeln spielen. Sisfi says, Sisfi winked. Sisfi says, Sisfi jubelt. Sisfi says, Sisfi Mactain works chets and jest. El Polak 0 says, El Polak 0 tanzt. El Polak 0 says, El Polak 0 winked. El Polak 0 says, El Polak 0 tanzt. Himrith says, WTB a data equals 0, Armorer's Journal, /RX2, 20k total. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 2 DPS first boss Gorgon. Shybrax says, vendor data equals 0, skinner shirt / AA data equals 1, harvester shirt / A. El Polak 0 says, El Polak 0 tanzt. El Polak 0 says, El Polak 0 winked. El Polak 0 says, El Polak 0 tanzt. Systhi says, Systhi Mactain works checks and jest. Systhi says, Systhi lässt die Muskeln spielen. Systhi says, Systhi winked. Systhi says, Systhi jubelt. Systhi says, Systhi Mactain works checks and jest. Blood07 says, a data equals 0 schematic Powderhorn / a WTSPN. Sergi says, LF1 healer / 1 DPS first boss Gorgon. Bodal says, WTB drop of mercury. Shybrax says, WTS, chemise de Pelletier, chemise de Quiller. Mats 1 Pennion says, I need petal for Scorpion. Dacis says, Lifering 14/20. Lurker Orinson says, plus Lifering. Sergi says, LF1 healer first boss Gorgon. Mats 1 Pennion says, plus Scorpion. Linlai says, plus Lifering farming chill. We love peanuts here. Manhuntish says, Onk. Sergi says, do we need a healer right equals. Eames says, LF2 meter DPS M2 Genesis. Eames says, LF3 meter DPS M2 Genesis. Mats 1 Pennion says, plus Scorp. Here says, plus Scorp. Strapple 3 says, plus healer Gorgon. Zerly says, plus Scorp. Mats 1 Pennion says, Scorp start XX, 15. Rinku says, Les Poches Plines, Maraudia, sont à la recherche de joueurs JCE pour muter, stuff endgame et in trade en tout genre. Discord recommandé, ambiance relax. Bienvenue at house. MP pour info. Zerly says, plus Scorp. Here says, plus Scorp. Gro says, plus Scorp. Apeironin says, plus Scorp. Eames says, LF2 meter DPS M2 Genesis check lobby. Lou Itra NNN says, plus Gorgon. Mats 1 Pennion says, Scorp 5th of October. Roxita says, PvE Fist is LFN who are down to learn and improve, and for experienced players who want to do mutated expeditions and raids, DM me if you're interested in Discord is needed. Get in here syndicates. WickZA says, Sparky. Bleepju XD. Big D says, Og, Circle Recruit Air Weeder. Worse in Dane Active PvP Company Diorg PvE Mact. 60 plus member, Active DC, Belohenungen und Viles me air. Beintus PMD. Sisthi says, Sisthi sitzt. Sisthi says, Sisthi sitzt. Sisthi says, Sisthi Mactain works checks and jest. Owler XX for S's HH59 says, a data equals 0, precision armoring tools, /AA data equals 1, surveyors tools, /WTS. Bloodwashed says, plus Scorp. Mats 1 Pennion says, 6th of October Scorp plus to join. Sisthi says, Sisthi Mactain works checks and jest. A 7BT says, come race PvP. Sisthi says, Sisthi Mactain works checks and jest. Dacis says, plus lifering 12/20. Baldays says, plus Scrop. Sisthi says, Sisthi Jubelt. R41M31PT says, plus lifering. Mats 1 Pennion says, 9th of October Scorp. Mats 1 Pennion says, one more. Miketug says, 10 for Scorp. Miketug says, 10 for Scorp. Big Marco says, plus Rib. Granola says, where Ace. Wilk says, LFN 1 DPS Gorgon 2, boss. Phantomas says, WTB stacked deck. Big Marco says, plus Rib. Eames says, Sorpio is up. No Glorix says, plus Rib. Blood 07 says, a data equals 0 schematic, powder horn, /a WTSPM. Gravity Hefun says, plus Rib. Beach says, LF Healer Dynasty N2. Jock GER says, plus Rib. Roach K says, plus Rib. Vicky Ben says, a data equals 0, notes on Eternum Fauna, /AA data equals 1, precision armoring tools, /AA data equals 2, lumberjacks token, /AA data equals 3, for Gymasters notes, /AA data equals 4. Engineers Technique Manuals, /AA data equals. 5. Ancient Texts, /AA data equals. 6. Philosopher's Stone, /WTS. Big Marco says, plus rib. Roxita says, plus scorp. Roach K says, plus rib. Shaman says, up, Dynasty M2 heal. Roach K says, plus rib. Vicky Ben says, WTS Major Loot Luck Trophy 2x. Roach K says, plus rib. Big Marco says, plus rib. Roach K says, plus rib. Jock GER says, plus rib. Dasis says, plus Lifering 14/202, D. Cloud says, plus scorp. Sashi says, plus rib. Dasis says, 14/20 asterisk. Roach K says, plus rib. Crawry says, plus rib. El Pelau says, plus rib. Green Canary says, plus rib. No Obwy says, plus rib. Cloud says, plus scorp. Big Marco says, plus rib. Jock GER says, plus rib. Gravity Hefun says, plus rib. Sashi says, plus rib. El Pelau says, plus rib. Ulhoonstock says, plus rib. No Obwy says, plus rib. Green Canary says, plus rib. Sashi says, plus rib. Crawry says, plus rib. Big Marco says, plus rib. Jock GER says, plus rib. El Pelau says, plus rib. Wilk says, LFM Gorgon 1 heal. Sashi says, plus rib. No Obwy says, plus rib. Big Marco says, plus rib S1 make group. Kazi says, any group for IR. Vicky Ben says, WTS weapon armor matrix. Crawry says, plus rib. Big Marco says, plus rib. No Obwy says, plus rib. Bakai says, Sinran. El Pelau says, plus rib. Gravity Hefun says, plus rib. Jock GER says, plus rib. Ordos says, plus rib. Sashi says, plus rib. Makin 50 says, plus rib. FS Nomad says, plus rib. Big Marco says, plus rib there is no group. Balde says, plus rib. Cokehead says, plus rib. El Pelau says, plus rib. Daxi says, plus rib. Ordos says, plus rib. Sashi says, plus rib. Bakai says, Sinran. Wilk says, LFM Gorgon 1 heal 2 boss. Big Marco says, plus rib there is no group. El Pelau says, plus rib. FS Nomad says, plus rib. Sashi says, plus rib. Balde says, plus rib. Ara says, plus rib. Gravity Hefun says, plus rib. No Obwy says, plus rib. Cokehead says, plus rib. Zool says, plus scorp. Sashi says, plus rib. Mats 1 Pennion says, plus rib. Crawry says, plus rib. Mariella Prapa says, Plustrib. Bakai says, Sinran. Zerli says, Plustrib. FS Nomad says, Trib group hyphen start in 5 minutes. Bordeaux says, Plustrib. Mats 1 Penion says, Plustrib. Crawley says, Plustrib. Mats 1 Penion says, Plustrib. El Pelau says, Plustrib. Zero Hype says, Plustrib. FS Nomad says, Trib group hyphen start in 5 minutes. Granola says, Where Ace. Sakura says, Plustrib. A 7BT says, Come race PvP. A 7BT says, BW. Gundobad says, Ord. L. Bilson says, Plustrib. Linlai says, Plus lifering farming chill. We love peanuts here. Bloodwashed says, Plustrib. Butsidek says, Plus finisher. Chwayne Donson says, LF3D PS1 Heal Genesis M2 speedrun hyphen link gear. Bruce Lee Kato says, Plustrib. Bruce Lee Kato says, Plustrib. Horstig says, Plustrib. Aula XX for S's HH59 says, Plustrib. Animal Beast says, less talking more raiding. Sir Medicus says, where is SC?
The true heir sought to save us once, and now the answer they'll bring. The lot.
Nuruddin says, did they remove a bunch faux chests from the Brimstone Sands chest run? Watching a video of it and it has a lot more chests than what I just found. Ash Frozen Heart says, they did back then. Asksel Ray says, where did you found? Galgenstrick says, they did a long time ago. Read the first comment. Samini says, I am the hillbilly of Cutlass Key Citadel. Nuruddin says, oh, never knew. Oh. Samini says, get off my lawn. Galgenstrick says, they did it early soon after this run was published. Nuruddin says, guess I never played long enough to notice it. Played when Brimstone Sands launched and it was a great chest run. D. Nuruddin says, is it still considered good? Or is there something better? Galgenstrick says, it not done chest runs at all since relaunch TBH. Nuruddin says, I've done a few, but noticed I need to farm my own trophy material. Sisthi says, Sisthi jubilant. Nuruddin says, and then I remembered that Brimstone